what time it is out in internet land when you may be watching this, but it is morning for me because in these times, due Corona, I feel it is so important to hang on to routine and the normal. You gotta grab normal as much as you can. That's why I feel it's so important to wake up every morning at 7. Because that's what I've been doing this whole time. Since March. No joke. Every morning, 7 o'clock. Without fail. There's nothing like maintaining a routine and normalcy. But this week at Bell Road Barn Players, we did not do that. Because we let the writers choose what they wanted to write about instead of assigning a theme. I'm talking softly too because I don't want to talk loud and wake up my neighbors. But you can still hear me. So yes, it was writer's choice this week. And delightful results, of course. Enjoy.
Are you tired of that cooped up feeling this summer? Wanting to get out and explore new vistas? But where can you go without the restrictions on travel and expenses, among other things? Well, we have the place for you. That's right, pack your bags and put on your shoes because you are going nowhere. That's right, nowhere. Made famous by the Beatles song about the nowhere man and the nobody, nowhere. You've heard of, either from acquaintances who've told you they were from nowhere, or friends who tell you they're in the middle of nowhere, that the majestic views and grand horizons are nowhere, to be seen by travelers like yourself. And if you have the time on your road to nowhere, we recommend you go to Nowhere Special for all the excitement you could have. But I hear you thinking, where is nowhere to be found? There is nowhere on any map, but just GPS its neighbor and flattery will get you nowhere. And you'll be saying, nowhere I'd rather be. So get all dressed up because you've got nowhere to go, and once you're there, you'll find it hard to get out of nowhere. This advertisement is brought to you by the Nowhere Travel Commission. Nowhere you want to go.
Now listen up, boy. A man should always go fishing. It settles him. It keeps him humble and gets him in touch with the nature of things. Take bait, for example. In fishing and in life, the right bait is important to get the right results. For that job, give him plenty of options. Put on your best crankbait and start casting. You won't always get a bite, but you just got to keep right on fishing. Landing a woman. If she's high maintenance, try something flashy like spoon bait. You drive a sports car. Take her to upscale restaurants and buy her expensive gifts. A homespun type might be happy with simply an old-fashioned worm or a grub, sharing a bike ride or a picnic in a park or a bouquet of daisies. Going into politics. Well, you might have to troll a bit there. Dangle that bait, lots of mail-ins and promises and patriotic slogans. Voters aren't always all that smart. There's lots of bottom feeders. So I suggest stink bait if you go into politics. Yes, sirree. The right bait is real important.
I saw a space alien once, Growing up, I had 3 older siblings, and I never got to watch what I wanted on TV. So the stars were my TV.
I'd sit in the backyard and look up at the constellations. Orion was my favorite. He was like a friend made of stars. Oh, other times, I would even make a half-hearted effort to count all the stars. I never got far. There were just too many. But mainly what I would do was look for alien spaceships. You hear that sound? Heard that a lot. But I would yell up at the sky, "Are you out there? Come see me!" I did that every night. Luckily, no one could hear me. The nearest neighbor was a mile away. But night after night, "Are you out there? Come see me." And for the longest time, no one ever did. But then, one night, I saw a bright light in the east, and it grew and grew, coming right toward me. It was a spaceship. It looked like a blinding white eye. It landed 20 feet from me, right in front of me. A door opened and an alien-looking creature came out of the ship. He, maybe she, looked like a human, only the eyes were much bigger and the nose was much smaller, and the shape of the head looked like half of an egg, a giant egg. And it said to me in perfect English, "So, what do you want?" Whoa, I could feel the hair on the back of my neck stick up. My mouth was so dry. I managed to croak out, I don't know." The alien cocked its head, eyed me critically, and said, "That's what I thought." It went back into its ship and flew away, disappearing into the night, never to be seen again.
I never said that the ring was your inheritance. Supposedly, you can't take a treasure like that beyond the grave. Death is the great equalizer, the thing that makes pauper and wealthy alike merely humans. Ha! Poppycock! Fairy tales! I see you admire the ring on your finger, turning it this way and that, trying to catch the sparkle. I see you pretending to be something you're not. I see through your gaudy facade, and so does everyone else. Despite my current demise, that ring belongs to me, and it always will. However, since it is on your finger, that ring is cursed. Anyone besides me who wears it will suffer. Is it really worth that to you?
Okay, cut. That was fine, no problem. Just a couple of notes. Nothing big. You're doing great, really great. Okay. First problem is, it's the emotional element was lacking. I need a broader display of emotional connection, I picked up on desire. It was good. All right. Desire is good. Desire is primal. It's a powerful motivator, honestly. But I didn't get much else. If you could just squeeze in a modicum of suspicion. Suspicion in there, yeah. And maybe also a hint of acquiescence and just a whisper of melancholy. Yeah, just a whisper. And of course, that unrequited love scene. Oh, that's what it needs, that whisper of melancholy for that. So good. If you sprinkle in just a grape-sized amount of regret, well, I'll give you my firstborn, right? Because, we really need to remember the Luigi Janowski process. To act is to act, but to do is to do an act that action is born upon, with the actor subservient to the action thus ordained to do. Basic stuff. Okay. Second problem. Let me just do this here. Second problem is bodily composition. Let's try not to use your body so much, especially, your left elbow. It's kind of weird looking. All right. So let's get that under control. Third problem. We'll just fix that in post. Okay. Yeah. Just fix that. Fix that in post. All right. Fourth problem. Let's try it with a Sri Lankan accent, right? I mean, preferably from the Anuradhapura region, which is totally different than the overly broad Sri Lankan accents that you get so often from community theater these days. Okay? Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, great. All right. Well, we're losing light, and we are grossly over budget. So let's get this done today, everybody. Let's get this done today, or we'll all be fired. So, all right, lights, yes, sound, yes. Hellsberg Diamond hand model commercial, take 2, and action. Oh. Okay, yeah.
And that's what we call writer's choice and Monologues. Thank you for watching. Please, this is the begging portion of the show. It's not really a show, of the video. Please like our Facebook page so we get likes, and subscribe to the YouTube channel so that you get notifications for when these videos come out, and brighten your week, as I'm sure they do. Thank you. I'm in a rocking chair. Thank you to our readers who read the monologues and select the 5 that we wind up doing. Your time is a boon to our endeavors, and you know who you are. I don't know if I have permission to say all the names, so I'll find out and mention them next week if they're okay with that. Thank you to Sherry Wassergord, who is the other half of this project, and thank you to Christopher Robin LaCour, my husband, and that is his real middle name. I love it. And for doing the video editing on top of everything else that you do. It's always a good idea to be nice to your editor. I am Laura LaCour, signing off. I hope there wasn't anything else I needed to say. Oh, yes, there was. Next week, our theme is Deja Vu. Please watch those videos. And we are accepting writing submissions right now for the theme of, I'm not going to do it again, science fiction. That should be fun. I'll put where the due dates and all of that. I'll write it out. I can't think of it right now. It's too freaking early for my brain to work. Who gets up at 7 in the morning? Monsters. Cats that don't want to let you sleep because they want outside. That's who gets up at 7 in the morning. Actually, a little bit earlier than that. Anyway, yeah, those are the next themes. Thank you for watching. Oh, send your information. Oh, this is terrible. Send your information to mmm@bellroadbarn.org. Writers, script should be about a half page long. If you have a gender or an age in mind for the character, please say so. Give your piece a title And, just make sure that there's somewhat of a character there for an actor to sink their teeth into. And actors, if you haven't, excuse me, if you, I'm doing that talking through burp thing. If you haven't put your name out there to be an actor for us, we would love to have ya. Just send your name. Just send us an email with a photo, if you have one, which is so easy to do because you just go click with your phone and then you have one. Oh gosh. And you send that to the same place, mmm@bellroadbarn.org. Okay, that's it. I'm going to stop talking now. Okay, bye.
Where is my cucumber water? How am I supposed to be creative and artistic if I have a parched palate? Jessica, I could give your job to Brittany with an eye.